Hello students, I'm Aanchal Sharma, your educator. In this video, we are going to discuss another concept that is related to the topic teaching aptitude. We are going to discuss about the process and the theory of Jean Piaget. So, he is Jean Piaget. He talked about the theory of cognitive development. In this video, we are going to discuss about the concept like schemas, about the process of cognitive development. We are going to discuss about assimilation, accommodation. Then we are going to discuss about the stages that he gave. Let us start with what are basically schemas. So schemas, according to Piaget, are the different knowledge blocks that you need to understand the knowledge that are coming in front of you. So according to Jean Locke, when the child is born, his or her mind is like a tabula rasa, which means that you are born with an empty slate. You don't understand anything. It is gradually with the experiences in the course of your life, you start to understand the things better. This is what he will use to develop this thing called as schemas. So he said, no child can understand the thing right away. You need some building blocks to build the knowledge and then to attain the knowledge that is needed. So Jean claimed, or Piaget claimed, that knowledge cannot simply emerge from the sensory experience. Some initial structure is necessary to make the sense of the world. This means that you need some initial experiences to understand the experiences that are going on in your life right now. This is what these are schemas. To make understand of what are schemas, we can look at this example. There is one operation that the child does, and this is picking up a rattle. This is just an easy operation that a child would do, but he is not aware of how to do that when he is very young in age. So what will he do? First of all, he will gaze. Then he will do what? He will try to reach the rattle, and then he will try to grasp it. So what is it? These are small steps that he will do, and initially he wasn't even aware of how to pick up the rattle, but now he has a complete process created in his mind. These small chunks of knowledge that come with experience are called as schemas. So these schemas will help him understand the things better. According to Piaget, children are born with a very basic mental structure that is genetically involved. It is genetically inherited and it is genetically evolved as well, on which all subsequent learning and knowledge is based. So this is how your cognitive knowledge will grow. You will have some schemas, and the different knowledge and the different experiences will be built on that, and you will gain the knowledge. There is a process that he keeps on talking about. This is a process of adaptation of the schemas, of how you learn from these schemas. So what happens? There is always a state of unrest that is there in your mind. Then you encounter something new. So encountering something new in your life is what? It is assimilation. You assimilate the things. You try to collect the different information. This information is new, but it will be built on the existing knowledge that you have. But there will be a state of disequilibrium till the time you haven't registered the knowledge. Then comes the state of accommodation. This will be a state where either you will forget the previous knowledge or you will try to build this new knowledge on the previous knowledge. So this new knowledge plus the previous knowledge will give you the complete knowledge, that is accommodation, and gradually you will reach the state of equilibrium. After equilibrium, again assimilation would happen, that is absorption. Let us look here. What is assimilation? So Piaget defined assimilation as a cognitive process of fitting new information into existing cognitive schemas, perception and understanding. Overall beliefs and understanding of the world do not change as a result of new information. That is assimilation. Your existing knowledge is not changing completely, but you are only collecting the things here. But what is accommodation? So accommodation is when new experience is very different from what we have encountered before. We need to change our schemas in a very radical manner to create a new schema, a new set of information. There is always a new situation that will come. Say, for example, you are studying about this concept of the cognitive theory that is given by Jean Piaget the very first time. So it is a new situation that comes in your life. Here you will be baffled, you will be very curious, so it can be a state of disequilibrium. Then you will accommodate the things. Then what happens? You will assimilate the things. So when you accommodate the things, you radically change the things. Then you gradually assimilate and you process the things in your mind. This is how the whole process will be going. You accommodate the things, you assimilate the things, there will be equilibrium that you will have. Now let us see. This is now what we are going to discuss are the phases or the stages that Jean Piaget gave. So Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development suggests that the intelligence changes as the child grows. So when the child will grow, he or she will encounter thousands of different experiences and gradually their knowledge would change. So the child's cognitive development is not just about acquiring the knowledge. The child has to develop and construct the mental knowledge also. So he will gradually understand about the world. Cognitive development occurs when there is an interaction of these innate capabilities that the child has. It is called as the nature of the child and the environment in which he is trying to live. That means the environmental events and the nature will be important as the child grows. The child will pass through the environmental conditions with the innate knowledge and there will be a character change. These are the series of stages through which the child goes. The things would be clear when you look at the names of these 4 stages. So according to Jean Piaget, there are 4 stages through which each child goes. All of them in a hierarchical manner. You cannot skip it. So the first stage is your sensory motor stage from the age of 0 to 2 years. Then comes the pre-operational, that is from 2 to 7, concrete operational from 7 to 11, and formal operational, that is from your adolescent age to above, that means from 12 and up. Now let us see through this diagram or through this box. So the first is the stages, then we have the age, then we have the goal of what is achieved here. When you are in your sensory motor stage, you are very young. You are just, you have just received your birth and then you haven't even had much experiences to know that who you are. So you don't even know who am I. There is no I. There is no knowledge about the world. This means you only have sense organs that are working right now and you rely on your parents. You being a younger child you are not even aware about what you are doing in this world. This means you will completely rely on whatever your parents would say. So young children will never leave the side of their mother. They will fully rely. They will cry when they want something. They will cry when they are hungry. So these are small schemas they will gradually understand to create a new experience. At this stage, there is object permanence. You know that your senses perceive it. This is your rattle. This is your mother. So it is what? You know that this is an object and this object is to be used in this manner. This is the knowledge that you gain at this stage. Then comes the pre-operational stage. In the pre-operational stage, you symbolically understand the concepts better. So now you can distinguish between the different things that you see. Not everything is your toy. You will understand the distinction. Then there is concrete operation, that is from 7 to 12. You start having the logical thought about the things. Why is it different from the other thing? There are logical questions that will come in your mind. And gradually in formal operation, that is your adolescent to adult, you will understand the scientific reason. And the abstract knowledge is also gained here. So in the sensory motor stage, You understand the world through senses and your actions. Then in the pre-operational stage, you understand the world through language and mental images that you have created. And then at the age of concrete operation, you understand the world through logical thinking and categories that you have created. Last but not the least, the last stage is the formal operational stage, where you understand the world through hypothetical situations, thinking, problem solving, and scientific reasoning. Now you know the reasoning behind everything. Let us look at each of the stages and what all things do the child learn. The first is the sensory motor stage. Age is between 0 to 2 years of age. The first stage is called as the sensory motor stage. During this stage, the infant focuses on the physical sensations, physical pleasures, senses that he knows. And the learning is according to the body. It is with full coordination with your body. The infant learns about the world through their senses and through their actions, like moving, exploring, you cradle, you cry, you grasp. There are senses that are involved. During the sensory motor stage, the range of cognitive abilities develop. It is the first stage. These include, there are some cognitive abilities like object permanence. You know that this is your rattle. There is self-recognition. The child realizes that other people are separate from them. The child will understand that this is my mother and this is my father. I am one of them. These are the things that the child will understand. There is deferred imitation. He can imitate the other person. And there is the representational play. So role playing, copying someone, imitation, all of these things will be understood to the child. Then the second stage, that is the pre-operational stage. The pre-operational stage is one of Piaget's intellectual development stage. This takes place between 2 to 7. At the beginning of this age or the stage, the child does not use operation. So the thinking is influenced by the way things appear rather than logical reasoning. So they will think as the things appear to them. There is no logical reasoning attained till now. The child cannot conserve, which means that the child does not understand that the quantity remains the same even if the appearance changes. So you know that the child, if you look at this example, there are two glasses. The child knows that the quantity of the water is same, but the height of the water changes. Why? Because the glasses, the shape of the glasses is also changing. So they do know about the quantity being same, but they do not know about the effect. Why is it created? So there are how do you understand this stage? In this stage, only few basic things are clear to you, like height, maybe mass. The concept of mass is not clear to you. So you don't have the knowledge about everything. You have only limited knowledge. But you at this stage become highly egocentric in nature. Now, at the first stage, you knew that I am someone different than my mother. But here you will develop an egocentric nature. I want this. That means I will cry or do whatever I can to attain what I want. You become ego-centered. He assumes that other people should see the world as he sees it. This has been shown by multiple amounts of studies. At this stage, in the pre-operational stage, egocentric nature the egocentric nature starts to decline gradually, and the child begins to enjoy to participate. So gradually the child will stop being ego-centered that he started to be in the first stage, at the ending of the first stage, and he will start to get himself involved with other people. That means he will play games with other people. This is a stage of a stage where you will say, let's pretend, let's play. This is a stage where you will participate gradually with other people. Then what will happen? Gradually you are at the stage of concrete operational stage. By the beginning of the concrete operational stage, the child can use operations now. You have some logical rules that you will know. You learn conversion of different quantities, qualities. Now you know that the shape of the glass is also changing. That is why the height of the water was changing. So now you know about more concepts. He realizes that the people can see the world in a different manner, and he improved on the task that he was concluding according to himself. The child still have difficulties in abstract thinking at this stage, because this will be attained at the last stage. During this stage, the child begin to think logically and critically, and concrete events are seen. But it is the last stage, that is the formal operational stage, where abstract thinking, problem solving is also developed. The formal operational stage begins with the stage of 11 to 12 as adolescent enters in your life. So what is the adolescent age? Adolescent means the age to be. It is the age where your personality is formed. It is a stage of storm and stress. There are so many things that are going in your life. So as adolescent enters this age, they gain the ability to think in an abstract manner and the ability to combine and classify in more sophisticated ways. So now you know that you don't only have to distinguish the quantity of the water on the basis of the height of the glasses, but it can be according to the other ways also. You understand not only about conversion, but in an abstract manner, you will think about the world as well. You know that you have higher order reasoning capabilities now. Concrete operations are created, whereas formal operations are carried out. Formal operations, thought is entirely freed from physical and perceptual constraints. Now you are not only limited to physical and perceptual constraints, but there is some abstract knowledge that you also have. During this stage, adolescent can deal with abstract ideas, like you no longer just need this particular thing, but you will understand the importance of having the thing as well. You understand the importance of your parents. You know that you are not homophilies now. You know, and you understand the importance of money, you understand the values, etc. So here you understand the core values, you learn the art of problem solving, you understand the different concepts of life. Let us overview all of these things. First of all, we discussed about the theory of cognitive development, how your mind can capture the things and through experiences you will learn it. Then there is application that the teacher does. In the understanding of the course of the video, we discuss about the different stages and about the cognitive process. So there are always some schemas, there is assimilation, there is accommodation, and gradually there is what? There is equilibrium. Then there are 4 stages that Piaget talked about. This is the sensory motor stage, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. Now this is one question that was asked in 2019. They have been asking questions from Jean Piaget's theory in a lot of manner. They can ask you to match the following when the stages and the operations are given. You can also match it with the name of the stage and the ages. They can also ask you on the basis of statements. So there are questions that are being formed from these theories. Let us see this question. As per the cognitive development theory of Jean Piaget, adolescent students are in which stage of development? So is it sensory motor, concrete operational, or formal operational stage? And this was very easy. We all know it is D, that is formal operational. Let us look at the diagram. So this is the stage. So the formal operational stage is what stage? This is the 4th stage that we discuss, and this stage is a stage where abstract thinking, scientific reasoning is learned, and this is a stage where you start with adolescence, that means 12 and up. This is a stage where adolescence is included. So let us revise. Sensory motor, birth, or you can say 18 to 24 months. You have pre-operational, that is from 2 to 7 years old. Concrete operational, that is 7 to 12. Then there is formal operational from adolescent to adult. Right? So I hope the things all the concepts were made clear to you. If not, you can write it in the comment section. I'll surely reply to you. Thank you so much for attending the class, looking at the video. I hope you're making your own notes and you have started to study. We will come again with another set of videos and another set of theories that you should know. So thank you so much and keep studying.